Do you believe there's a country where you can just stand by the roadside and run into a bear? Not a teddy bear or a meme bear, but a real bear strolling past your car like it's heading to the market. Welcome to Canada, where you can ski in July, sunbathe in January, and sip coffee while watching a polar bear walk right past your windshield. In this video, I'll take you through the most modern cities, the quietest mountain towns, pine forests, turquoise lakes, vibrant festivals, and even those corners of Canada that many people skip just because they're too busy posing with a maple leaf. This is a detailed travel guide video for anyone planning a trip to Canada. If you want to travel independently, save money, and explore like a local, then this is the complete travel documentary for you. Why you should go. Located in the northern part of North America, Canada is one of those places that leaves an impression from your very first visit. From bustling cities like Toronto to quiet little mountain towns. You can start your trip in Toronto, the biggest city in Canada, where modern glass towers stand next to old streets. Walk along St. Lawrence Market, pick a small cafe, look up and you'll see the CN Tower right in the middle of the street. If you visit Canada in July, don't miss the Calgary Stampede, the biggest rodeo festival in the world. The entire city of Calgary comes alive for 10 days. Locals dress in cowboy outfits. The streets are full of parades, horseback competitions, mock gunfights. At night, everyone gathers for outdoor country music, eating, drinking, chatting, and dancing late into the night. Go further west and British Columbia awaits you with pine forests, emerald lakes, and mountain towns. In Whistler or Banff, you can sit around a fire pit with locals, grill wild game, drink craft beer, and share stories about bears, elk, and snowy seasons. Everything you've just seen is only the beginning. Canada's most exciting experiences are waiting in Part 6, so don't take your eyes off the screen. Best time and ideal seasons to visit. Canada has 4 distinct seasons, each with its own experience. Whether you want to see blossoms, chase maple leaves, or play in the snow, just pick the right season and your trip will be worth it. Spring, April, May. The weather starts to warm up, ice and snow gradually melt, and cherry blossoms bloom all over Vancouver. Parks turn lush green. The air is pleasant for strolling, picnicking, or biking. There aren't too many tourists yet, so tickets and hotels are cheaper. Don't forget to pack a jacket because it still gets chilly at night. Summer, June, August. Peak travel season. Days are long and sunny. Perfect for outdoor activities like hiking in the Rockies, kayaking in Ontario, or camping by the coast of British Columbia. But remember, prices are higher and you should book in advance. Fall, September, October. The famous maple leaf season. The most stunning scenery is along forest roads when leaves turn yellow, orange, and red. The weather is cool, there are fewer tourists, and airfare and hotels cost less. It's great for photography, sightseeing, and hiking. Winter, December-March. Canadian winters are cold but worth experiencing. Ski in Whistler, watch the Northern Lights in Yukon, or join the Ice Festival in Quebec. This is the low season, so you'll find good deals. Just make sure to pack plenty of warm clothes. Hey you, where are you watching from? Which city are you in? Leave a comment so we don't feel lonely. Just a small action, but it motivates us to bring you more great videos. Thank you so much. We love you. And to kick off your Canadian adventure, the most important thing is still the right flight ticket. In the next part, I'll share a few simple booking tips that could save you up to 30% of your costs. Stay tuned. Flights, visa, and entry. Canada attracts American travelers with its vast natural landscapes, tons of outdoor activities, and costs that aren't as high as Europe. To make your trip smooth, this travel guide will help you get clear on flights, visas, and entry requirements from the planning stage. Routes and popular airlines. From the US, it's easy to fly directly to big cities like Toronto, Vancouver, or Montreal. Some popular airlines: Air Canada, WestJet, national airlines with plenty of direct flights from New York, Boston, Chicago. Delta, United, American Airlines. Lots of direct or flexible connecting flights. If you can't find a good direct fare, you can fly to Seattle and drive to Vancouver. Perfect if you want to add a road trip. Booking tips. Book 2 to 3 months in advance to save 15 to 25%, especially in summer. Flying midweek, Monthu, is usually 10–15% cheaper than weekends. Watch for deals from Air Canada, WestJet, or US domestic airlines. They sometimes drop fares by 20–30% during sales. Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Use Skyscanner or Google Flights to compare prices. Hopper is handy for tracking fares and getting alerts when prices drop by 5 to 10%, depending on the time. Visa and entry documents. US travelers don't need a visa for trips under 6 months. However, if you have a layover or plan multiple entries, it's smart to apply for an ETA, Electronic Travel Authorization, before your trip. It's an online process, costs 7 TAD, and is valid for 5 years. Your passport must be valid for the entire stay. Entry tips. Bring your passport, return ticket, and hotel address to show customs if asked. Some major airports, Toronto, Vancouver, may randomly check your financial documents or itinerary. Do not bring fresh food or restricted items, meat, dairy, as Canada's entry rules are strict. Once you arrive in Canada, you'll need a few handy tips to avoid wasting money. From airport taxis, travel SIM cards, to cheap and fast bus options. All of this will be in the next part. Stay tuned. What to do after landing. As soon as you land in Toronto, you'll notice how spacious, clean, and organized Canada is, and how smooth the entry process can be. But before you dive into your Canadian adventure, it's smart to sort out a few basics to keep your trip smooth from the very first minute. Get a 4G SIM or rent Wi-Fi. You can buy a SIM right at the airport arrivals area. Popular carriers: Rogers, Bell, TELUS. Tourist data plans usually offer 5 to 15 GB for 730 days, costing about 25 to 50 TEITs CID. If you're traveling as a group, renting a pocket Wi-Fi to share is handy. There are rental counters right in the arrivals hall. If your phone supports eSIM, try Airalo or Holafly. Easy activation without swapping physical SIMs. Exchange. Cash Canada uses KD, Canadian dollar. Visa and MasterCard are widely accepted. Still, you should have about 50-100 CAD in cash for taxis, tips, or quick snacks. The airport exchange rate isn't great. Only change a small amount there. Then exchange more downtown. Currency exchange kiosks or banks. Apps to download ahead. Transit, Move It. Check bus and metro routes in Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal. Uber, Lyft. Quick rides with clear pricing. BC Ferries app. Book ferry tickets if exploring British Columbia's coastline. Google Maps, Google Translate. Helpful for navigating and communicating if you're not used to French in Montreal. Getting from Toronto Pearson, YYZ, to downtown UP Express. Fast train from the airport to Union Station downtown, about 25-30 minutes, costs about $12.15 CAD per ride. Runs every 15 minutes, convenient and punctual. Shuttle bus. Some shuttle routes serve major hotels near downtown, costing 15 to 20 CAD, ideal if you have a lot of luggage. Taxi/Uber. A taxi to downtown usually costs 50 to 70 CAD, while Uber may be cheaper during off-peak hours. Note: Toronto taxis have meters and posted fare charts. Avoid unmarked cars outside the airport. Quick tips for arrival. If you plan to rent a car, double-check your international driving permit before your trip. Big cities have daily metro bus passes. Buy them at the airport or train stations to save more than taking taxis. If you're heading to BC or Quebec, don't miss the coastal ferry. It's both transport and a beautiful sightseeing ride. Bring a light jacket, as Canadian evenings are often chilly, even in summer. Everything's ready. Now it's time to start your Canadian adventure. Where to go first? Where to sleep for convenience? In the next part, I'll suggest a 7-day itinerary that balances savings with amazing experiences. Suggested 7-day itinerary and accommodation. In Canada, where you stay is more than just a place to sleep. It's a way to get closer to the heartbeat of the city and the wild nature. From a hostel in Toronto's Old Town, a lakeside homestay in Banff, a wooden cabin deep in Jasper's Forest, to a hotel overlooking Vancouver's harbor. In this travel vlog, I'll suggest options to help you enjoy Canada to the fullest in your own way. Canada travel route, 7 days. Day 1 to 2. Toronto, Old Town, St. Lawrence Market, CN Tower, Chinatown, Toronto Islands. Day 3, Niagara Falls, Zip Line, Maid of the Mist Boat, Niagara Riverside Walk. Day 4, Banff, Banff Town, Lake Louise, Lake Agnes Tea House Trek. Day 5, Icefields Parkway, Peyto Lake, Athabasca Glacier, Bow Lake, Jasper. Day 6 to 7, Vancouver, Granville Island, Stanley Park, Grouse Mountain, Downtown Harbor. Day 1-2. Toronto. Your first day in Toronto could start with a stroll around Old Town, a compact area filled with red brick buildings and cobblestone streets that blend European and North American vibes. A classic stop is St. Lawrence Market, an old marketplace famous for its fresh produce, cheeses, cold cuts, and pastries. Drop by, grab some fruit, a bagel, or a sandwich to take with you as you wander. Head to the CN Tower, Toronto's landmark. Buy a ticket to the top, stand on the glass floor, and take in the panoramic view of the city and Lake Ontario. Around the tower is the lively downtown area. You can walk over to Chinatown, one of the biggest Chinatowns in North America. There, restaurants are packed tight, so try a bowl of noodles, dumplings, or steamed buns. If you like bars, head to King Street or Queen Street West. Both are buzzing pedestrian streets with plenty of craft beer bars, cocktails, and local or fusion eateries. Order a cold beer, a plate of BBQ, fries, or a North American-style burger with salad. On your second day, visit some spots outside the city center. One idea is Toronto Islands, a small group of islands just 15 minutes by ferry from downtown. Buy a round-trip ticket, around 8 to 10 USD. Bring a water bottle and a sandwich, walk around the islands, and enjoy the Toronto skyline from afar. The islands have grassy areas, wooden benches, and small stalls selling hot dogs and drinks. Simple, but enough for a snack. If you want to save money, pack your own light meal, fruit, and sandwiches. If you want to stay near downtown, there are plenty of hostels, small hotels, and Airbnbs, priced from £70 to $150 USD a night depending on type. Rooms are basic but clean, easy to get around, close to the metro and nightlife. Next morning, you can continue your journey without long transfers. Day 3. Niagara Falls. On Day 3, set aside a whole day for Niagara Falls. The famous falls right on the Canada-US border, about 1.5 to 2 hours by car or bus from Toronto. You can join a bus tour or rent a car. Once there, head straight to the main falls area. There's a zip line that crosses in front of the falls. It gets crowded, but it's worth it if you're into thrills. Strap in and glide down with roaring water below. After that, hop on the Maid of the Mist boat. It takes you close to the base of the falls, with water splashing everywhere, so everyone wears plastic raincoats. Around the falls, you'll find plenty of eateries, fast food, and cafes. If you don't want to spend too much, bring your own snacks. In the afternoon, if you have time, stroll along the Niagara Riverside to enjoy the view, or snap photos. In the evening, if you're not in a hurry, stay overnight in Niagara. At night, the falls are lit up in changing colors. Quite a sight, and much quieter than during the day. You can find plenty of hotels near the falls with great views of the cascading water. If not, simply head back to Toronto to rest up and get ready for the next leg of your journey. Day 4, Banff, Alberta. On Day 4, catch a domestic flight from Toronto to Calgary. It takes about 4 hours. A one-way ticket usually runs $50–100 USD if booked early. Round-trip fares range from $150 to $190 USD, especially during peak summer season. So, watch for deals a few weeks in advance for the best price. Once at Calgary Airport, it's best to rent a car because getting around Banff is mostly mountain roads, and having your own ride gives you more freedom. From Calgary, it's about a 1.5-hour drive to Banff, an easy highway with pine forests and rocky mountains on both sides. You might even spot wildlife crossing the road, which is pretty cool. When you reach Banff, stop by the main town for a quick meal and to stock up on water and snacks, since food inside the park is pricey. Then head to Lake Louise and drop your bags at a homestay or hostel near the lake. Around the lake, you'll find plenty of small hostels and homestays. Dorm beds cost about 35 to 80 cents CAD night. Private rooms, 80 cents to 180 CAD night depending on the season. Rooms are simple and clean, often with a shared kitchen. Handy if you want to cook your own dinner and save money. Spend time walking around Lake Louise, the famous emerald lake with clear water and snowy mountains reflected in it. The trail around the lake is flat and easy, with lots of photo spots and benches. If you want to hike more, trek up to Lake Agnes Tea House, a small tea house up in the mountains, about 1 to 2 hours climb. After you hike back down, if you still have energy, rent a canoe for a spin. Not cheap, but worth it. There are other trails nearby too, so grab some extra shots if you're into photography. When you're done, head back to your homestay to rest up and get ready for more Banff adventures the next day. The next starts on. Got your eye on a destination but not sure where to start? Drop its name in the comments below. We'll plan an itinerary, estimate costs, and make a whole travel vlog just for you. Who knows, your dream trip might be the next video on this channel. Thanks, and much love to you. Day 5. Icefields Parkway. On Day 5, spend the whole day driving along the Icefields Parkway, the famous mountain road connecting Lake Louise to Jasper, about 230 kilometers long, with scenic stops almost everywhere. It's best to rent a car so you can stop whenever you want. Start early from Lake Louise and fill up your tank first since gas stations are rare along the way. Early on, stop at Peyto Lake, shaped like a wolf's head. Its turquoise water is clearly visible from the lookout point. The parking lot is about a 10 to 15 minute walk from the viewpoint on an easy trail. Continuing north, you'll reach Athabasca Glacier, one of the most accessible glaciers along the parkway. Park nearby, walk up to the edge of the glacier, or buy a tour ticket for a special vehicle that takes you onto the ice. It's colder here, so bring a warm jacket and sturdy shoes since the ice and rocks can be slippery. There are plenty more stops along the way. Bow Lake, Mistaya Canyon, Waterfowl Lakes. Just look for signs and pull over. Each has small trails leading to lakes or viewpoints. If you've packed snacks, you can have a picnic at one of the roadside wooden tables while taking in the glacier views. Once you reach Jasper, you'll find it quieter than Banff. There's a range of places to stay. Dorm-style hostels cost around 240 CAD a night with bunk beds and shared bathrooms. Great for saving money. If you prefer privacy, choose a 2-3-star motel or hotel for about 250 to 320 CAD per night, with private rooms, Wi-Fi, and parking right outside. Many even have a small kitchen or kettle. If you'd like a cabin or forest lodge, Jasper has those too, but expect to pay 550 650 CAD per night. Usually private cabins with fireplaces, small kitchens, and often an outdoor BBQ area, perfect for groups or families. Once you're settled, wander around town, pop into a small market to grab groceries to cook, or check out a local restaurant, then get some rest for more Jasper adventures tomorrow. Day 6 to 7, Vancouver. After exploring Jasper, fly from Calgary to Vancouver. The flight takes about 1.5 to 2 hours. Tickets usually cost $70 to $150 USD one way, but book early for better deals. Once you land at Vancouver Airport, grab a taxi, SkyTrain, or bus into the city. Super convenient. In Vancouver, stay in downtown for easy walks to the harbor, parks, and Old Town. If you prefer a quieter vibe, pick the North Shore. This area sits right at the foot of Grouse Mountain, so mornings are fresh, surrounded by forests and trails. On your first day in Vancouver, check out Granville Island, a small island right in the city, famous for its fresh food market, seafood counters, pastries, and cafes overlooking the marina. Stroll around, try oysters, smoked salmon, or toasted bread. If you like, shop for souvenirs, crafts, or pottery. After Granville, drive or bike over to Stanley Park, a huge park next to downtown. It's famous for its nearly 9-kilometer seawall trail. Lots of people rent bikes to loop around and enjoy ocean views, the Lions Gate Bridge, and the harbor. Inside the park, there are grassy lawns, small beaches, and a few ice cream or coffee stands. The next day, if you want to see the city from above, head to Grouse Mountain, only about 20 to 30 minutes from downtown by car. Take the gondola up. On clear days, you'll see all of Vancouver stretching to the ocean and mountains beyond. If you're up for activity, hike one of the mountain trails. In summer, there are lumberjack shows and a short zip line too. If you're not into mountains, visit a downtown fish market or coastal farmers market instead. Enjoy fresh seafood, then relax with a coffee at the harbor. Vancouver has many small cafes with outdoor seating where you can watch boats and seagulls drift by. For souvenirs, swing by shops selling maple syrup, chocolates, or Canadian woodcrafts. After these 2 days, you can stay downtown for quick airport access or head back to North Shore for a quiet night before moving on. Rooms downtown usually run about $120–200 USD night. North Shore is about the same price, but quieter and closer to nature. Handy accommodation apps for CanadaBooking.com. Easy to use with lots of options from downtown hotels, roadside motels, to lodges and cabins in national parks like Banff and Jasper. Easy to compare prices and change or cancel if needed. Airbnb. Great if you want to rent a private apartment, wooden cabin, or family homestay in the mountains, or a beachside house in Vancouver. Perfect for groups, or if you want a place with a kitchen. Hostel World. Ideal for solo travelers looking for hostels, dorm beds, and meeting international friends. In cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Calgary, hostels are often near the center, budget-friendly, and easy to book. Canada isn't just about modern cities like Toronto or Vancouver. It's packed with pine forests, turquoise lakes, small towns, and wild adventures that'll have you wondering, why didn't I discover this sooner? So stick with me and see what else Canada has waiting for you from the very first step. Unique destinations and experiences. In this travel documentary journey, we'll step into Canada, where cold seas and white snow exist side by side, and every experience is tied to wild nature, icy landscapes, and moments you'll only find in the land of the maple leaf. Whale watching off the coast of British Columbia. If you're heading to British Columbia, a whale watching tour is an experience you should try at least once. You'll board a boat in Victoria, Tofino, or Vancouver Island and head out with a guide across cold waters to look for whales. The trip usually lasts a few hours, and if you're lucky, you'll see humpback whales breaching near your boat or catch sight of killer whales, orcas, gliding through the icy waves. It's not cheap, but watching these giant creatures of the North Pacific in their wild habitat is an unforgettable Canadian memory. See polar bears in Churchill, Manitoba. If you visit Canada in the fall, don't miss a chance to stop by Churchill, a town nicknamed the polar bear capital of the world. Around October-November, bears from all over migrate to Hudson Bay's shores, waiting for the sea ice to form so they can hunt. Here, you'll ride a special tundra vehicle that moves slowly over the snow, letting you watch polar bears roam right beside the vehicle or cross the road just ahead. Usually, you'll go with a small group and a local guide who shares insights and keeps you safe. It's a rare chance to see the Arctic's top predator up close in the wild. Leaving behind snowy mountains and quiet pine forests, this journey will take you to a Canada full of festival spirit, where winter is not just cold, but buzzing with lights, drums, and giant ice sculptures. Winter Carnival, Quebec City. This is the biggest winter festival in North America, usually held from late January to early February. You'll see nighttime parades, towering snow and ice sculptures, dog sled races, and streets lined with hot food stalls and outdoor parties. The festival's mascot is Bonhomme Snowman, the cheerful snowman in a red hat who shows up everywhere to greet visitors. If you want to feel Canada's lively side in the middle of the cold, the Winter Carnival in Quebec City is a must. Celebration of Light, Vancouver. From late July to early August each year, Vancouver hosts the Celebration of Light, a large-scale international fireworks competition that draws teams from around the world. Fireworks are launched from barges in English Bay, their lights reflected on the ocean's surface. You'll see the entire beach packed with locals and tourists laying out picnic blankets, bringing food and camping out from afternoon until night just to get a good spot. As dusk falls, the fireworks burst into the sky all at once, cheers and music echoing across the beach. After days wandering through forests and winter festivals, your Canada journey can slow down. This is when you can spend an afternoon strolling through St. Lawrence Market in Toronto, listening to vendors tell stories and picking out food yourself. Multicultural Food Tour in Toronto. Toronto is known as one of Canada's most multicultural cities, and the easiest way to feel that is to spend an afternoon on a food tour. Start in Chinatown, swing by Little Italy, then wander through Kensington Market, sampling everything from dim sum, pasta, and poutine to bagels and freshly roasted coffee. Don't miss a stop at St. Lawrence Market, a 200-year-old food market where you can pick out fresh seafood, cheeses, and cold cuts, then grab a seat and eat right there. A few hours like this is enough to see how Toronto truly brings together flavors from all over the world. Canada is vast, beautiful, and full of things to see, but the most practical question is still, how much will it cost? Don't worry, I've packed a basic cost guide for you, clear and easy to follow so you can plan and budget right away. Costs and estimated budget. Canada stands out in North America. Vast nature, modern cities, and plenty of diverse outdoor activities. The cost of traveling Canada is quite flexible, depending on your travel style. Here's a suggested daily spending range for one person. Traveling in Canada isn't as expensive as Switzerland or Iceland, but it's not dirt cheap either if you move around a lot and love to explore. The good news is you can adjust your budget flexibly. $80,120 USD a day. Stay in a hostel or Airbnb, eat at budget-friendly places, cook for yourself, use bus metro, visit city parks and small museums. $150 200 USD day. Stay at a 2 to 3 month hotel. Eat more comfortably. Try a few local restaurants. Rent a car for 1-2 days to explore nearby areas. Buy national park tickets or join short tours. $300 USD and up. Stay at resorts or lodges by lakes or in the Rockies. Dine fine. Book bear or whale watching tours. Take a glacier helicopter ride or hire a private guide for special trekking trails. In short, with about $1,500 USD, you can easily explore Canada for 7 days. Blending vibrant cities like Toronto and Vancouver with the wild beauty of the Rockies or Yukon, striking the balance between comfort and truly memorable adventures. Culture, etiquette, do's and don't. Canadians are known for being polite, gentle, and always valuing calm and respectful communication. Understanding the culture of the Maple Leaf Country shows you the strong sense of community, pride in nature, love of sports, and openness to visitors. To make your trip smoother, this travel guide section will help you avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. Things to do. Learn a few basic greetings in English or French if you're visiting Quebec. Hello, thank you, excuse me. Canadians really appreciate polite visitors. Always tip 15 to 20% when dining at restaurants, bars, taking a taxi, or using porter services. It's pretty much an unwritten rule. Respect nature. Canada has strict conservation laws. Don't feed wildlife, break branches, or litter. Be open to conversation. Canada is multicultural, so you'll hear many languages and see all kinds of styles. Don't hesitate to ask for directions or tips. Locals are usually happy to help. Things to avoid. Don't speak too loudly in public. Buses, subways, museums, or cafes all value quiet. Don't cut in line, whether at a fast food spot, public restroom, or bus stop. Orderly lines are highly respected. Don't smoke anywhere you want. In Canada, smoking is only allowed in designated areas. Otherwise, you risk a fine. Don't bring fresh food from abroad. Customs checks are strict, and violations can lead to fines and confiscation. We've just explored Canada through the lens of a realistic travel documentary. Not just Toronto, Vancouver, or Niagara Falls, but with a clear itinerary, specific budget, and practical experiences for anyone who loves to travel independently. Canada isn't the kind of place you just drop by for a few snapshots and leave. It's a journey where you can stroll through Old Quebec, sip coffee while people watching, rent a car to cruise Banff's Parkways, stop by Lake Louise, camp by a stream, or gather around a campfire swapping stories with locals. Vast nature, friendly people, and a peaceful vibe. All reasons you'll want to come back again. This is a detailed travel guide video for anyone planning a trip to Canada. If you want to travel independently, save money, and explore like a local, then this is the complete travel documentary for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss the next journeys. Honest, clear, and as close to real-life travel as it gets.